We're going to create a mass versus volume graph using an Excel spreadsheet. This is the kind of graph that you're going to be doing for your density of pennies lab. This data is not going to match what you have for your density of pennies, but it will show you the process how to do it. Go to your Excel spreadsheet and you're going to enter your volume in milliliters and your mass in grams. To create a chart, go to Insert, Chart. We want to pick a scatter plot. We can choose this first type up here. Next. Now go over here to Series, and you want the X values to be A, and right now that's correct, but let me show you how to change it if it's not. You click on that little thing and you would select your X or your independent variable values. Alright, and we would want the Y values to be B, and it is, but just in case it's not, we'll click it and select it. Now we can give the chart a name. I'm just going to title it Mass versus Volume. Our value for the x-axis, we're going to write volume in milliliters. Remember that this is our independent variable. And for our x-axis, we have mass in grams. This is our dependent variable. Now you can change the number of grid lines if you want, and just make it to where it fits your need, but you don't want too many to where it makes it difficult to read. Since we only have one series or one graph to plot, I'm not going to show my legend. Go over here to Data Labels. We don't need to do anything there, and hit Next. Now I'm going to create a new sheet, and it's going to put it in another one of these little tabs down here. Now, what I want to do next is I want to make a best fit line. And in Excel, a best fit line is called a trend line. So I'm going to click on one of my data points, then I'm going to right click. Choose Add Trend Line. We want a linear trend line, so make sure linear is checked. Go to Options, Display Equation on Chart. Now, this is the equation of your best fit line. And as you can see, this is your slope. You know, y equals mx plus b. This 2.7779 is the slope. Now the units of your slope are going to be y units over x units. So it's going to be grams per milliliter. So the slope would be correctly written. You could round it to 2.8 grams per milliliter. The slope, the units are grams per milliliter. That means the slope indicates the density of your pennies. Now obviously this isn't a correct chart for your lab, but it's going to give you the idea of how to do it. Let's go through a few key things. Number one, your trend line or your best fit line, notice it does not have to cross the origin. Also notice that your trend line does not have to actually touch any of your data points. That's because it's an average of all your data.